Hey guys, I'm Kassem.
And I'm Fiona Nova.
And you're listening to the Cream Team Dream Stream, sponsored by the fine folks at heartaudiocables.com.
Use code KWIO at checkout at heartaudiocables.com to get 15% off your entire order.
That's right, and we're also available wherever you listen to your podcasts, including Apple and Spotify.
Thanks for listening.
Great work.
Hell yeah.
That made me come.
Dude, hell yeah. Welcome to the Cream Team Dream Stream. We are 66.67% of it. I'm Kassem. That's Case.
Hello.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Top of the week to you. Happy Monday. Happy Earth Day to you all. You're basically looking at me wearing my green to represent Mother Earth. And I just want to let you guys know that I did not run my sprinklers last night.
Because today is for the Gaias.
That's right, for the Gaias. Good morning, Case. Sorry, guys, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. As you can see, our better halves have pushed us out of the computer rooms, and now we are both relegated to different portions of our homes. And
Kendall and I stayed out till 3 a.m. at the bar. Weirdly, both sober. And we got home late, so our wives banished us to the secondary podcast room. We had to sleep in the other podcast room, which for me is the outdoors.
Yeah. Luckily, I got a roof over my head last night, but today we are both here to do this podcast for you. Look, we still have the ability to show media and things like this, correct?
Yeah. Well, yes, we do. It'll look a little crappy, but we're good.
I mean, that's on brand for our podcast.
Sure.
Obviously, the podcast is brought to you by heartaudiocables.com. Save yourself 15% on your first purchase by using the promo code KWIO, KWIO, on your first purchase. There's a fantastic website there with a bunch of really high-end audio cables. It's run by a member of the Cream Team. This is like within the family type stuff. And we look out for family. Also, there is a t-shirt you can get. It's a Heart Audio Cable X Cream Team t-shirt with the Cream Team logo designed by Clob, and so it's there. And they keep this ship sailing week to week.
And if we sound bad today, it's because I'm not using Heart Audio products. I had to panic and use my incredibly crappy iPhone headphone mic. So this is why you need Heart Audio to not sound like this.
That's right. This is an indictment on Apple products because I'm also using my AirPods, and I'm sure the audio quality is not great. I'm thinking next week we do an in-person, maybe on a Tuesday instead of next Monday. So heads up, a little housekeeping, a little reorg on the schedule. Maybe Tuesday. Maybe me and you, we could head down, do a mobile like how we used to go down to the beach.
Oh, I'm so down.
Maybe get some like real greasy tacos.
Maybe we hit up a friend. If Fiona's not in town, we bring in another one of the boys.
We get, but we put a Fiona mask on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and we tell them they're an honorary lesbian for a day.
That's right. That's right. If Kevin was in, guys, we would get Kevin. He's not. All right, he's not.
He's dead.
Reminder that it's crazy because he called me yesterday. I wonder if it was from the grave.
It's his AI. He left some AI breadcrumbs to keep his presence felt.
Dude, what a
you could
fun
really do that now.
That would
you
be.
Could record a bunch of you don't even have to do it yourself. You could just trigger a bunch of messages to get auto-generated by 11 labs.
He already has created a AI version of himself sitting in his RV, and it looks just like him, obviously, and it talks just like him.
Perfect.
So technically, he doesn't need to work ever again.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun if that was like a new way to retire? All you got to do is set up your AI version of yourself.
Yeah.
And just let it run.
We can get a Kevin and an Olivia AI, and then G4 is back. Classic G4 is back. You just stick them behind an AI-generated podium.
It's somehow that would probably be more successful, right?
It might do better on Twitch.
Version.
Unfortunately, it might do better on Twitch.
Also, a reminder, those of you that are watching live right now on Twitch's Case's Twitch channel, you can subscribe, you can gift subs, you can do little cheered bits, and Case will give you a big old shout out towards the end of the pod. But now, as we celebrate Earth Day, I've got some Earth Day facts for you.
Ooh.
I've got 10 surprising facts about Earth Day because, to be honest, I know nothing about Earth Day, and I'm gonna have to assume most of you don't know anything about Earth Day.
Look at this
And
photo.
so I thought, yeah, it's very Fallout-y. I know we've both been playing a lot of Fallout.
Yeah. Cass and I are taking
by the
Fallout
way-
from different ends. We're Eiffel Towering Fallout.
Just to wrap up Fallout, I'm really enjoying it. If you guys are done with the show and you want something to fill that Fallout hole, check out our streams during the week. We're playing, Case is playing Fallout 4. I'm playing New Vegas. I'll eventually make my way to 4, and you'll eventually make your way to New Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the show, but I didn't think I'd like it so much that it would immediately make me want to play the game. But it still burrowed itself deep in my brain apparently, and I couldn't help it.
Yeah, same. It's I saw that sales were up 7,500% for Fallout games post the show. So
Wow, I guess it did good. It did good for itself, kid.
All right, I'm gonna give you some facts. To be honest, Earth Day kind of bores me, and maybe that's the problem. I don't know if
Sure.
I can do 10 full facts about Earth Day because we've got a lot of news. We've also got the Deadpool Wolverine trailer to react to right after this.
Ooh.
I'm going to give you some crispy facts
Okay.
about Mother Gaia. Earth Day was created by a senator. The reason I like this factoid is because the name of that senator, Gaylord Nelson, a Democratic senator from Wisconsin, was growing increasingly concerned over the state of the U.S. environment in the 1960s. After a massive oil spill in Santa Barbara in 1969, he had the idea to launch a nationwide environmentally focused teach-in on college campuses, drawing inspiration from the anti-war movements against the Vietnam War occurring on campuses around the country. Dude was a hippie.
Wow.
Nelson recruited Dennis Hayes, a young activist, to help bring the idea to the public. This feels like one of those ideas that happen once a week, for some bored congressman, and then they can never get enough support to get the bill or the movement pushed forward, and then it just dies. But this one actually made it through. Good for him. Good for Gaylord.
A totally ceremonial holiday with a totally ceremonial start to it. That has anything you think actually functionally useful ever come out of a teach-in? I feel like one of those phrases that is makes people's whole body do an eye roll.
Can you tell me what a teach-in is?
Isn't it just where people get together and there's
college?
A ton of lectures? Except maybe you're in the quad instead of in a in a lecture hall. Yeah. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
It should be called a teach out in that case.
Teach off, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Teach off. Teach off.
A teach off, I would watch. Two teachers that have to compete to teach better.
Yeah. Loser dies on the quad, hung up and quartered. More than 20 million people participated in the first Earth Day.
Wow.
Really?
Sorry, this second fact really amuses me. The idea for Earth Day came after a series of environmental catastrophes. They're like, wait, what do we had a day for the Earth because of all those tornadoes and earthquakes that have been happening?
Yeah, it's sort of like it's the equivalent of when you check your bank account and you have $3 in it, and you go where did all the money go? And then you have to put a stop payment on all your subscriptions monthly. You got to take a little look-see and try and come up with all right, I'm gonna cancel this card. And I'm going to slowly add the things I actually need. That's how Earth Day happened.
I always assumed it was more of an apology to the Earth. I know we're fucking you up, but it's sort of like Black History Month. We're giving you a day, even though we know we're not doing the best. But we do want to recognize that you're part of the team.
It's crazy we haven't given Earth 30 days.
Yeah.
We just gave Earth one day. That's crazy.
I could do 30 days of Earth. Right? Which month has to lose? Which month has to lose their status in favor of Earth Month? If there's an Irish history month, then I, as a somewhat Irish guy, we can drop it.
You relinquish Irish History Month?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys do have just one day also.
Yeah, it's all we deserve.
St. Patty's. Yeah, it'd be cool. I bet you we could get a month out of Earth Day if you could drink like you could on St. Patty's Day all month long.
If St. Patty's Day was a month, I think we would make the Fallout world within like 3 years.
That's right.
There'd
Bombs
be New
would
Vegas
drop.
everywhere.
Okay, how about this? Earth Day went global in 1990. Millions of people participated in the first Earth Day movement, which led to the passage of key environmental laws, including the National Environmental Education Act, the Occupational Safety and Health Act, and the Clean Air Act in the U.S. later that year. Why do I feel like Trump undid all this in his first term? Or
Because
I
he's
should
such
say
a man of the
his only
people.
term.
This does feel like the kind of thing a Trump supporter would be like, fuck Earth Day, even though I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, I think like for some reason you just have to be sort of anti any government bill if you're a Republican. Small government is sort of what they want. And also I do remember, because this next fact is the Paris Agreement opened for signature on Earth Day. Didn't we pull out of the Paris Agreement during Trump's tenure as president?
I believe we did.
Dude, this guy's he's done less for the earth than any other president.
If they wanted him to stay in, they should have called it like the Trump America We Did It agreement, and then it could have been this exact same bill. He couldn't have said no.
He would stay in it if somehow he could get credit for saving the earth. You're right. We've got to fool him.
I can't remember which podcast this was on, but they said that the way to solve Trump is to send him to president camp, where he gets his own White House, he gets his own cabinet, and he gets to walk around saying presidential things, but it's just a camp.
We can give him like 10 minutes on Fox News every morning.
Yeah. Just give him his own Fox News show,
camp.
And he's at the White House, but he's not president. And I think he'd like that way more. I would like that more personally if I was in that situation.
Wasn't there a show on Comedy Central where there was a guy that just played Trump, or was that George Bush, or was that
was Just Like Bush, which might have somehow had the involvement of the South Park guys, or maybe it was just after South Park.
The South Park guys, I think, did have some sort of connection there. Yes.
It just was a little too. I remember watching it and being like, I appreciate what they're going for, but it's something too off-putting about the sitting president having their own zany cartoon.
It had like a cold, disconnected feel to it. I appreciated what they were doing. It just didn't land necessarily, but it was a good swing.
Yeah, it's sort of like the Josh Brolin Bush movie. Also has a little of that energy too. Where I don't know if we should be releasing the prestige film about Bush either while he's in office or like right after he got out of office.
Yeah, And I think the only thing that really worked was Christian Bale as Dick Cheney, and that happened worked. A decade or more after.
I also think Will Ferrell's one-man Broadway show as Bush also kind of worked.
Jesus
I think Will Ferrell was kind of the only one who really did Bush justice, because it wasn't even that strong of an impression. He just was. He had the energy down.
He was a lovable fool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all the Earth Day facts. You guys tomorrow, turn your sprinklers back on. I run the AC. Use your hairspray, hair dryers, do all that.
It's over. They had their day.
Yeah. Should we get to the Deadpool Wolverine? This trailer for the new Marvel movie, the only Marvel movie all year, is crushing it. It's all the internet can really talk about right now. Maybe we should watch it and then give our thoughts and maybe do a little react, since we're React boys right now.
Yeah, let's be React boys and react to this.
Mm-hmm.
Cass, so you're gonna kind of have to just play it around when I play it.
Yeah, I'm listening to the Twitch stream.
Oh, okay, cool. All right,
I'll do that. Yeah,
let's play away.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider. I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes! But I can't.
Man, Deadpool with blonde hair. Kind of doing it for me.
Okay, look, there's a lot of little Easter eggs. I'm assuming it's done now because I'm watching it on Twitch and it's a little delayed. But are we done with the trailer?
We just wrapped.
Okay. First of all, I want to get your thoughts on it. I thought it was fantastic. I think this movie, even though it's rated R, will do $1 billion for Disney. It's going to ail a lot of the woes that they have. It was nice to see Pepito in there. I see you in the comments.
He looks good.
Dog pool. What were your thoughts? Have you seen the trailer yet? Was that your first time?
That was my first time.
Give me exactly what's going through your mind.
I was blown away by how much Deadpool with blonde hair looks like Robert Redford. For a second, I thought it was him. It's a real compliment to, oh God, why am I forgetting his name? Van Wilder's jawline.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, that he still looks kind of like a hot boy with a Deadpool cancer face. Was that Lady Professor X?
Yeah, Cassandra Nova's, and there's probably folks that can really deep dive her, but she's sort of like an evil Professor X.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Sometimes I get a little annoyed by Ryan Reynolds, but I guess in this role, his vibe is like pretty character appropriate because he's supposed to be very fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
But I see the appeal. I love me some Hugh Jackman, especially when he's in serious grizzled Wolverine mode. And it looks like he's going full Logan, but for the purposes of pseudo comedic relief. So I don't know. I'm down. I'm down for it.
I'm very down. Typically, I'm not the biggest fan of the Deadpool movies. I feel like when it comes to comedy, I've always really preferred like Thor Ragnarok. When it came to like comedic sensibility. However, I do think that this style and this movie is very much needed at this point, which is like a meta fourth wall break. Let's poke fun at Disney, Feige. Let's make jokes about cocaine. As a sort of like tentpole to rally around for everyone that's sort of sour on everything Marvel's done lately. This thing is going to unite. This is the most bipartisan piece of entertainment, I think, that's going to come out all year. I'm really interested to see sort of how it performs. I love all the little Easter eggs, like the Liefeld's feet, that's just feet, the store. I think you see Lady Deathstrike in there. I think there is going to be all kinds of things that set up the Secret Wars, which is supposed to be the sort of big reset where you're going to see a lot of old familiar faces come in from the Fox universe, maybe some old Marvel faces, and then maybe we'll introduce the new X-Men at that point. Seems like they've Disney and Marvel have set this up to be like the fulcrum in which the new era of Marvel sort of
Is this rated R?
I think so.
It's
right?
just surprising that Disney would like base their franchise around an R-rated movie.
Yeah, I hear you. I think it's a bold move, but I think Disney's sort of like been pushed into having to do something a little bit more.
Their hand has been forced.
edgy.
They have to do swears.
Yeah,
No choice. The fate of our company rides on us saying fuck 3 times in this movie.
Yeah. And honestly, it's good that they are, because if they were to get real sheepish about cusses at this point, I think it would only sort of piss people off. And Deadpool's going to be the rug in which we sweep all the other mid-Marvel movies underneath. You know,
It's a good way.
It's really important.
My only wish would be that it's so like unself-serious that it's more like a Naked Gun movie. Like it's just barely a superhero movie, but I understand that they probably still need it to be a somewhat coherent action movie. So it looks like they're doing their due diligence.
I think what's really fun to see, what's fun about these Deadpool movies is how they walk that line and how they balance this is a very jokey, we're making references that technically our characters should know about, or like Deadpool could know about, but like in front of other characters that have no idea. You know, it's like, how do they do that? And it turns out that they just do it, and audiences eat it up. They lap this shit up, and I think that'll be the case here. I got to be honest, I'm so tired of the phrase "let's fucking go," but for some reason, when Wolverine says it, it really works for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I really like when Wolverine says, "Let's fucking go."
I also feel like Hugh Jackman might be at the perfect age to be Wolverine now. I don't know how old he is. I'm guessing in his 50s, but the vibe is right.
Yeah.
It's weird going back to that original Bryan Singer, R.I.P. Well, rest in piss. Wolverine movie or X-Men movie, because he really looks like baby Wolverine.
Yeah. He does. He sort of really looks the part of the aged sort of, and I think his version of Wolverine, according to the trailer, at least what I'm alluding to, is like he somehow was the reason why all the other X-Men have died, and you know the sort of his character's arc in the movie is to just sort of like maybe redeem himself and save as many people as he can. It's going to be quite a challenge, but you saw a lot of cool stuff in it. I think it's going to be great. I suggest, or I'm guessing it's going to make $1 billion is my official.
Can they play it in China though?
R-rated movie.
Are Wolverines allowed in China?
Ooh.
Does he count as a ghost?
I don't know.
Because he's immortal. Well,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happens in China. It feels like if they're trying to make as much money as possible, they would want this to play in China. So
people are complaining that he's too tall, which is funny given that most actors are shockingly short when you meet them. That they did pick the one guy to be Wolverine forever that's like actually a tall actor.
Totally. I think one of the beauties of them sort of creating the multiverse and all this stuff is their ability to, next Wolverine they have, guess what? He's probably going to be a short king.
Timothy Chalamet.
And oh my god, what if it was a short twink?
It's going to be Gucci Wolverine. He's just like extremely decked out in, I don't know, scarves and shit. 90s Johnny Depp Wolverine.
Do I have Johnny Depp news in here? I feel like I might have put it in and then I took it out. But Johnny Depp's got some publicity because he's got a new movie coming out. And,
well, Kevin Hart is Wolverine. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Cass, but I would absolutely be down for Kevin Hart as Wolverine. I don't know how that would work, but I do want to see whatever that is.
Yeah, anyone who's got a very specific thing that they do would love to see that specific thing as a Wolverine.
Yeah. Give everybody how it goes. It's like I think every actor should get to be Batman once. just to let them feel, just to put on the suit and they get to feel special for a day.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't see his helmet, which I think they want to save for the movie as a reveal, because that's going to be that moment where he puts on the helmet will probably be like second to Cap wielding Mjolnir. I think it'll be a real big movie moment where you hear a bunch of fucking dorks, including myself, cheer in the audience. I think that'll be cool.
Suddenly it's way more like the air feels more wet. You're like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, everyone just like open their mouths. It'll be a cool moment in the theater. Yeah, otherwise, look, Ryan Reynolds put it on his own YouTube channel, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, that's fun.
He seems to put I don't know. I don't think we get any of this without Ryan Reynolds like really pushing the envelope when it comes to like what he's allowed to do, how he's allowed to market it.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Feige's a smart enough guy to be like, Ryan, you just kind of do what you want to do. And the song choice for the trailer was really good. The sort of like frenemies angle looks to be a lot of fun. Them beating the shit out of each other because they both are like quick healers, and they can. So the fact that they probably get into like a bunch of different fights or just stab and shoot each other a bunch of times during the movie seems like a good mix.
Mint Mobile died so that Deadpool Wolverine could live.
That's right. All right, so that's Deadpool Wolverine. Can't wait to see it. Can I also since we're on movie news?
Yeah,
we'll skip this. We'll do Musk a little bit, but I got some movie news here with the Blair Witch actors. We'll do Blair Witch, Tom Cruise, Scorsese's, and then I want to take you through a very fun thread I found on Reddit, which is celebrity actors, a specific style of photo shoot that I didn't really know existed with celebrity actors. But first, let's talk about the Blair Witch actors. They just announced a new Blair Witch movie is in the works, and obviously, I don't think that the original actors are involved in any way. And apparently, according to this article, they've got paid $300,000 for the first Blair Witch, and that was like the last time they got paid for any Blair Witch project. And so they're sort of publicly out there slamming. What is it, Lionsgate? Or Lionsgate, about getting them involved and trying to use the cult status that they've developed to leverage their way into a new in the new movie. And I think this is a great lesson for folks that are in Hollywood, which is like sometimes you can't get that first thing done, but when you do, you sort of sign your life away and the rights of that IP away just so that movie becomes like distributed, which is kind of what happened, right? You were there when I remember waiting in line for the Blair Witch movie.
It came out when I was pretty young. Like I was still a teenager. But yeah, I mean, I saw it in theaters, and I was young enough to get like extra freaked out by it. It was like this and The Ring that got me as a kid.
Yes. Because they had the website. I don't know if they were the first, but they had to be very close to one of the first marketing campaigns that utilized a website. And they played it like this is real found footage of folks. And I remember being young enough to where I was like, oh my God, I think this could be real. Because everything I saw looked like real footage.
Have you seen the movie more recently?
No, I don't think I've seen it in maybe 10 years.
When I was taking care of my dad in Virginia, I finally had like TV with like HBO and Cinemax again, and it was on randomly one night, and I watched like an hour of it. But it's not even much longer than an hour, and I was like, it's not that it's bad, I just was like, wow, I can't believe this is a thing that like captured my imagination and like kept me up at night when I was 15 or 14 or whenever it came out. Because it's like a very mild movie. It's not bad, it's just like, I don't know. It's not even like it's tamed with the years. I think it's just, it was in an interesting place where I guess we weren't used to seeing like found footage movies in theaters, so it felt really novel. Totally. But I'm not sure how well this one holds up.
Here's the thing is that, and I'm going to defend us a little bit because found footage wasn't a thing really until this movie had come out. And since every other movie is a found footage movie, especially in the horror genre. And
They
so
shoot
like
action scenes like they're found footage now.
yeah. It's like 25 years later, of course, a rewatch of it is going to be like, huh? It's just essentially you're watching the like pre-concept first generation of a very fucked out genre that is now. But like back then, that was the first thing. And so watching it was like, oh my God, like, is this a home movie? I remember thinking it was a home movie, and maybe like 3/4 in, I was like, oh, okay, this is just like a horror movie. I think I was that gullible when this thing came out. I must have been 16 or 15 or 16.
MSG
And
and sorry, go ahead.
yeah.
MSG and Chad's comparing it to Psycho. Although I would argue Psycho, even if it's not scary, holds up very well on like a emotional register and just a cinematic level. Whereas the Blair Witch Project,
Psycho's great.
The Blair Witch Project really feels like a bunch of college kids in the woods when I watch it now.
Yeah, and the amount of the money that movie made compared to how much it cost to make is like the golden goose that every studio is trying to chase. I think they hit it with Paranormal Activity that came out a few
Which I did like.
later.
I liked that pretty well for like what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. That movie made what, $100 million when it came out. It cost less than 20 grand to make.
Yeah,
20 cents. It's not that I don't think these actors should be in the current one. It would be a really great move for them to hire them as consultants. And even if they don't want to put them in it, they could give them like little cameos here and there. But like it would go such a long way for the fan base. But ultimately, this is a great lesson in, like this is kind of what happens in Hollywood. Like you sign over your rights to get it distributed. It becomes potentially 1 out of 100 things becomes successful. And then I think it's really cool that they get to be a part of this history and lore, even if maybe they don't get to share the profits currently.
Yeah. Also, they did already make a sequel to this, and they made even another sequel that I remember better than the Blair Witch Project called the Bear Wench Project that used to play when I was a teenager on Cinemax.
That I do remember. Yes.
And it was like all of these porn stars, but they had to be it was like porn stars in a softcore horror movie. And I remember watching it, A, because I was a horny kid, but B, it really was baffling. It was like they were trying to make it a horror movie just a little bit. So it was like they'd just be topless, but like hanging out with cultists. It's kind of a fever dream.
They used to put a lot of effort into softcore porn. Like there was like Zalman King's Red Shoe Diaries, like that had David Duchovny in it, lest we forget. Like there was a lot of effort. The Emmanuel series. I mean, these things now it's just like going on xvideos.com and like probably trying to nut within 3 minutes. It's like go to X videos, what's on the front page, let's go best videos, let's see what's there, and then that's it. And then you've probably nutted within 90 seconds. There used to be like, oh, we got to wait until the third act of this Zalman King's episode to even get a chance to potentially nut.
Yeah. There was even I remember there was some like Planet of the Apes softcore movie. I wish I could remember the title because it was literally like Planet of the Apes plus tits. was like was the actual name of it.
That's a great title.
It was like girls in like monkey masks, but then they just had their boobs out. Those were the days. So why don't you try going on X videos and searching Emmanuel so you can be a real erotic being like Cass and I.
Yeah, that's right. Get on our level and then come on that level. All right, how about just some Scorsese DiCaprio news? Scorsese's been in the news lately because he's going to supposedly film 2 movies back to back. He's going to do a Jesus movie, potentially with Andrew Garfield. And he's also going to do a Frank Sinatra biopic with his muse, Leonardo DiCaprio. This is not the first time that Leonardo DiCaprio and Scorsese, or at least Scorsese's tried to make a Frank Sinatra movie. The first time he did, the Sinatra family sort of put a kibosh on it. They do not give Scorsese, or did not give Scorsese, their blessing because Scorsese wants to tell the story from, like probably a more historically accurate point of view, which was Sinatra was like a philanderer and wanted to talk about and show the darker side of Frank Sinatra, and obviously the family wants to protect the image. But I don't understand if Scorsese wants to do a movie about your dad or your grandpa, or your uncle or whatever, why you don't just go like, oh yeah, one of the greatest living directors ever wants to make a movie that will show things that people already know about Frank Sinatra, but like it's better this than giving it to Zack Snyder or somebody like this.
Sure.
You know, like it seems like a gift, but I don't know how tightly you have to grasp onto this like image that you think you have of your pops.
Especially with Scorsese.
He's very publicly a cheater.
Yeah. Especially with Scorsese, like even if he shows you doing bad things, he's gonna like, you know, set it to a Rolling Stones song and make you look really cool while you're killing people or cheating on your wife or hanging out with the mob in Vegas or whatever the fuck Frank Sinatra is up to. So they should just let him. Like if Jordan Belfort can get a career resurgence after Wolf of Wall Street, I'm sure Frank Sinatra's sales will go through the roof. We'll all be trying to play the latest Frank Sinatra video game after seeing this.
Yeah, exactly. You have to let Scorsese do his thing. He will make him look fucking cool because it's one thing that's undeniable. Sinatra was fucking cool. The only thing is like I don't think DiCaprio needs to be the guy in every movie.
I don't think he makes a very good Frank Sinatra.
He doesn't. The only thing is that he has blue eyes. Like unless he decides to lose a bunch of weight and maybe I don't know if prosthetics would do it or not. It just would have to be one of those movies where we're suspending like disbelief about how that actor doesn't look like the character they're playing, like a la Nicole Kidman playing Lucille Ball. But yeah, there would be, in my opinion, one of those things where we go, okay, as long as he sounds like him and has a swagger like him, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be, even though I don't like some of the modern Scorsese movies as much as some of the more classics, which could just be nostalgia, I think there's a certain level of quality that you usually get out of them, so I'll watch it.
Yep, I'm actually probably just as interested in the Andrew Garfield Jesus movie. We all know there's big money in Jesus movies. If Passion of the Christ is anything to compare to it, I mean, it won't be his first Jesus movie either. He did last.
Wait, Andrew Garfield's been Jesus before?
No, I'm talking about Scorsese. Sorry.
Oh, I see.
Scorsese did a Jesus movie already.
Oh, that makes more sense.
That makes a little bit more sense. Okay. I did have a tier list of Scorsese movies, but I think we have a bunch of other, maybe we can circle back to it. I really wanted to show you Celebs in Pools.
Oh, I like that. I see it.
If we can go through these, I had no idea. Like, I definitely have seen celebrities in pools, right? But I didn't know that it was this many. There were so many. And the idea is, it's just one of these real cheap ideas that maybe at the first time was really cool. Mm-hmm. And then now it seems like a rite of passage to put Joaquin Phoenix in a black tie and toss him in a pool in a mid-century home in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah. So maybe we could go through these. We could go through these.
Sorry, I don't know if you can see the screen, but I saw Andrew Garfield and Theo James, which is an odd one to me. But Anthony Mackie is serving here.
Is there full screen available on this? I really want the pixels to pop.
Shoot. I can probably zoom in at least.
Is it top right of the little square?
Oh. It seems to just like want to screen cap it or something weird.
Okay. Okay. No worries.
Damn, I can't. But I mean, you'll just have to just get really close to whatever monitor you're on because you're gonna want to really take in Anthony Mackie's face here if you can. He really looks like you just found him in your pool. Like you walked outside and he just was kind of in there.
Anthony Mackie, what are you doing?
He's just on like a really weird trip. He's just wandering around Hollywood, jumping in pools.
I just had to jump in, dude.
Ryan Gosling looks just good all the time, so he is pulling this off. I can't deny it, but it is a very dumb picture.
It's just so dumb for us to be like, normally when they're in suits, they're like at a nice place. But what if they were wet and in a pool?
He also kind of looks like he's just at a rec center. Like he's just at the YMCA in his suit. having tea in a pool.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling. I think this is before he became the current Ryan Gosling, because I don't know if he's had some plastic surgery or not, but he looks more. How do I say this? Canadian here.
Well, he aged out of his Canadianness. When you're in Hollywood long enough, you sort of just they all kind of develop the same jawline. It's not surgery.
Yeah,
it's just the Hollywood Hills. Army Hammer. You don't want to pan this camera left or right, or you're gonna see some blood in the water.
Yeah, some headless corpse.
This is a real sinister one because he's got the glasses on. He's staring us down.
I'm trying to catch up here to the photos that you had. Yep.
Here, wait,
Army Hammer.
Maybe I can change my. Maybe I can change my camera so you can just see this live, baby. You seeing the full?
I'm seeing two Cass.
Two Casses.
That's the two Casses.
All right, this should set you up. All right, there we go. There's Army Hammer.
There we go. There's our boy. There's our boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back. I think he had a after the cannibal stuff. He did have a piece in Esquire or Vogue or something where they were sort of trying to. He did that thing where he was like, "Listen, I am fucked up. It's because I didn't have a normal childhood because I was so rich, and I didn't have a positive male role model." And then he hasn't had a role since. I don't think anyone thought it.
If you were doing actual Dracula stuff, I don't think the defense can be like, "I didn't have a good dad growing up due to my huge noble heritage. I spent so much time in my castle alone."
Yeah, poor guy.
Okay, Pedro.
Pascal.
This is more reasonable because he's just dipping the feet in.
Yeah, there's so many different variations of the celeb in pool. And this one, obviously, he's like half in, half out. He just got done with a swim, and he's smoldering for us behind a wonderful set of plants. Always colorful, Pedro Pascal.
I like to think he was having tons of sex, and that's what got his clothes soaked. And he's cooling off his feet after a marathon, Hollywood fuck session.
I mean, he's a bisexual king, right? Like,
absolutely.
Is that he has to? There's no way that this being can be contained to just one side.
For all our sakes, let's hope not.
Yeah.
Okay, John Hamm. This is the worst photo of John Hamm I've ever seen.
Oh, is that John Hamm? I thought that was Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, could be either. Is that really John Hamm? Honestly, respect to John Hamm for a man this handsome making a face this awkward.
Yeah, this is the third photo they took. Yeah, I think they should have just had him sort of like feel it out a little bit and maybe do some other fun stuff. At least like Pedro Pascal is like, all right, how about this? I just get out and sit. You know?
He's like,
but
I'm right fucking soaked. Can I get out of the pool, please?
Why did I do this?
John Hamm is like, learning to swim.
See me float?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Hamm, it looks like the lifeguard that's teaching him to swim, like, took her arms out from under him and is giving him space so he can learn on his own.
You're doing it.
You're doing such a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is baptism.
Yeah. He knows.
What is this?
He knows that he's got to do this. Oh, Oscar Isaac really leans in.
Yeah, he's going really full hot boy.
Hot boy. I think he may even have another one. There's another one. No, that might be the only one, actually. This one's like, did we take this at a community pool?
It really looks like
with a Kodak disposable.
Can you imagine if Tom Holland just emerged from a pool, put his arms up on the end, like on the ground, and gave you that face? You'd be like, yeah, what's your problem?
Hello.
Hello. I'm Nicki Minaj's baby daddy.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Zachary Quinto.
He's so weird.
He looks like he got caught, but he's leaning. He's like he got caught, but he's letting you know he's not ashamed. Like, yeah, I'm in here.
Oh my god, what's with all the specs? It's just a very specky.
I'm sure it's vintage. I'm sure when they sell you the mansion, they're like vintage Art Deco spackling on the bottom of the pool.
Oh my god.
Joaquin Phoenix. All right.
Somehow Joaquin makes this work, and I want to say that their talents on screen can lend themselves to these really awkward photo shoots, because somehow this is the most natural out of this very unnatural situation of being in a pool with a suit on.
Yeah, he looks
somehow
like he's
pulling it up.
He looks like he's practicing to play a cartoon carrot that's about to get picked. Like in a little kid's cartoon about farmers. He's just a talking carrot that has the voice of the Joker for some reason.
That's right.
Oh boy, Colin Farrell. Wow. Okay, this is full commitment to the hot boy. Honestly, a respect to this. He knows exactly what they're going for, and he's like, yeah, you want a hot boy? This is me in the middle of fucking Britney Spears.
This is during the this is pre-Farrell Renaissance. This is when he popped up on the scene. We're like, let's put this guy in Bullseye. Let's make him the hottest thing we've ever seen. The shadow that his eyebrows cast alone, like this guy just is so good. You could put this in a black and white and it works just as effectively. The tattoo through the soaked white shirt. I mean, this is bad boy, but can dress up when you need him to. But when you bring him home after the gala, this guy's gonna jump into your pool, clothes on, and then fuck you silly. Yeah. That's what I see.
He's gonna fuck your daughter, he's gonna fuck your wife, and then you're gonna have fun hanging out with him in the pool, because that's the kind of guy he is.
And he's an addict, but it's okay to deal with all that stuff, because look how hot he is.
Is there anything more early 2000s than like Britney Spears cheating on Justin Timberlake with Colin Farrell?
No.
Just that sentence really takes me back. I know that because Kendall was listening to the Britney Spears audiobook. Oh my god, Jake is dead!
Jake Gyllenhaal is such a fucking weirdo. But another unique take on the wet photo shoot here. This is really fun. He looks like he's channeling like the tortured artist.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You know, everybody was talking about how Conor McGregor was the only enjoyable part of the new Roadhouse movie. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was giving an interesting performance in his own way, because it really feels like he just got in shape and now he's just kind of in the movie. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking in a movie, man. Look at the shape I'm in. Isn't that crazy? I'm here. So I appreciate it.
He was in crazy shape. His character, which was like, listen, I like I don't want to fight you, but like, if I have to, I'll take you and all your friends out. And he'll say a thing like, hey, where's the nearest hospital? Like, is there anything cooler than asking where the nearest hospital is to a bunch of biker guys that are about to jump you?
Yeah.
I think that's every man's fantasy, except in reality, you're just dead.
Yeah.
You just die.
You're about to get armbarred to death.
That's right.
All right. Well,
I like his take here. I like his take.
Oh my god. First of all, why is he so orange? That is a wild coloring decision. Was he ever this orange in real life? I hope not.
Hopefully that's a bad color, correct? But you're right, it's very orange. How did the cigarette not get wet? Somebody must have handed it to him. Who's there?
Wow. Also, you forget how handsome Vince Vaughn kind of still is in his own way, but he's way more like schlubby dad handsome. But he used to just be like, club promoter handsome.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty striking, and there was a second where, and I still think he's super uber talented, but it's so funny when guys age out of this wet pool look and then they become the schlubby dad. I love the transition.
Yeah.
I love the transition. Some guys are still in it. Ryan Gosling, Jake Gyllenhaal. I'd even say Colin Farrell. They could still do Hawkeye pool stuff. Pedro Pascal. But a few of these are time capsules, and this is one of them. Vince Vaughn is no longer, unfortunately.
Yeah, if they did this now, he'd be in swimmies. It'd have to be like a comedic.
That's right.
A comedic.
Yeah, his little dad bod.
Yeah. There's a girl in the background. Oh, Norman Reedus.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this looks like it's for a sci-fi movie. Like this is the birthing pod of the babies.
Hideo. Yeah, this is from Hideo Kojima's personal camera photo collection. This is his muse, and he got him dunked. And this is a white suit.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time we've seen a white suit here. Well done. This boy looks good, wet, sweaty, and you just pour a little bit of something on this guy, and it just takes him up to a 10.
Damn. Silent Hill, PP, public pool. That's the last one.
There was going to be this many? Yeah. How many did you think we were maybe going to see?
I thought there was going to be like 10, and there were about 5 more than I expected.
Yeah.
But I also thought the like level of fame would go way down. But it's all like pretty close to A-list male actors in the exact same pool photo shoot.
Yeah.
Is there? I was surprised there wasn't a Brad Pitt or a George Clooney to really cement like A-list status pool photo shoots, but they must have done one at some point.
There has to be, but they're still on they're on actual film, and they weren't digitized yet. They're that old.
Is George Clooney done acting? It's maybe that's why he's not showing up. He never got in the pool, so he didn't get the power to stay relevant forever.
You would think he would have shown up in the last Alexander Payne movie because he loves that guy so much. But yeah, I don't know. I guess having $1 billion tequila company is keeping him busy.
You're like, why would I pretend to be cool dudes when I'm George Clooney?
That's right. Supporting his Renaissance woman wife, like his genius, amazing wife, Amal, like that.
He is one of those actors though, where you're like, I don't think he's been forced out of Hollywood. I think he probably just isn't taking roles because he doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it's cool to be in that position. Right? People sell their souls to have a shot. Not only has he gotten the shot, taken advantage of it, been a star, decided he would step back to do his own thing, and then he comes back whenever he wants. It's sort of the ultimate.
Yeah. He and Brad Pitt are committing to full-time pranking other A-list celebrities on sets as a charity.
Yeah. All right, how about this? Tom Cruise is a piece of shit dad, and then we'll end on this because I get to go on a tirade about Tom Cruise.
Oh, okay, I'm ready to hear this. Mr. Cruise? No, him? A bad dad? Tom? Wow, he's looking more
Tom
dad
Cruise
here than he usually lets himself
is
do.
A bad dad. Recently, his daughter Suri turned 18.
Uh-oh.
Okay? Turned 18. We forget that he has an 18-year-old, and I think he may even have some others with Nicole Kidman. This is a reminder for all of you that know I love shitting on Tom Cruise, and I like to make sure that everyone is reminded of how big a piece of shit he is. But his daughter turned 18. His daughter, who he's shut out of his life because she is no longer a part of Scientology, is turning 18. She looks just like her mom, by the way, which is a good thing. And I'm
looking her up, but it feels weirdly creepy to show these photos because 90% of them are of her as like a tiny kid.
It must be absolutely wild that your dad is Tom Cruise and everyone in the world mostly loves him, and then you've never gotten a chance to talk to him in 11 years since you left the church, which, by the way, must have been a traumatic event for you. Your mother whisking you away from a cult. Like, there's got to be a lot of damage that's done there that we don't really know about.
Yeah, it'd be weird to have such a famous deadbeat dad.
Yeah. And by the way, he's like, it's not just like you get a text from a friend like, hey, I saw your dad at a bar. Like, no, you see your dad on every piece of social media, like jumping a motorcycle off a cliff.
Yeah.
There is no more visible deadbeat father than Tom Cruise.
Getting like a standing ovation from a 100-person crew for hanging off an airplane. You're like, yeah, he doesn't even text me. He didn't even text me when I was in the hospital.
Yeah. This guy fucking sucks. And this is your daily reminder that he fucking sucks.
Well,
all right.
But he's really good. He's got that classic movie star energy, so you know. I'm sorry, Cass, I do have to stay a huge fan. Huge fan.
Dude, he's the last movie star.
Do you think he can still leverage? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. What could he leverage?
Do you think Suri Cruise can still leverage her name to be like in movies if she wants to be, or is she cut off, like even from Hollywood?
This is a great question. Does Tom Cruise stifle her career if she wanted to become an actress, does he have enough pull to keep her from getting jobs? Or are we going to accuse her of being a Nepo baby either way? What a fantastic thought experiment.
That's the
I'd like
ultimate,
to think she'd
like comeback story though. If you're a reverse Nepo baby, where like the nepotism is actually hurting you, your dad is actively trying to ruin your life, and he's way bigger than you.
This is a fantastic idea for a reality series where we watch Suri, a woman of tremendous privilege, try and denounce her extremely famous father that most people love, while also trying to realize her own dreams.
Yeah.
Really good.
Conveniently also being an actress.
Yeah. Like, there's no way she's going to get, like, an actual job. No. Not for her. That's not in the cards for her.
No.
Okay, one more. The Chris Pratt and his wife, the Schwarzenegger gal, tear down a mid-century masterpiece so they could build a McMansion or just a regular mansion on top of. Everyone... I have a couple thoughts about this, okay? First of all, let's take a look here. Chris Pratt and Catherine Schwarzenegger torn down an iconic mid-century LA home so they could start building something different. I have two thoughts, okay? Part of me is like, that's a shame. You should, if you're going to buy the house, if you want to just completely revamp, just buy out some land, buy something else. It doesn't have to be something that's got like real provenance, but also it's their house. They can kind of do whatever. Architecture is just like whatever. Who knows what they want to? Maybe they want to build something even bigger and better. That's with like another renowned architect. Like at some point, how much can we actually care about this?
Yeah.
And other celebs have weighed in, including Elijah Wood, who tweeted a sad face emoji in response to this.
This is like, when you hear about like Monet's being kept in like a private collection, it's just a problem so far outside of my purview that it's hard for me to get invested in architecture as like as a method of personal expression. If you get a famous architect to make your home, it's officially like $40 million instead of 10. It's like, I don't know. I'm sure it's great in there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's also fun. It's like, I don't know anyone that's into architecture really, except like when I read about what Brad Pitt does when he's not like abusing his children, he's just really into architecture. And I'm like, of course, you kind of have to be really rich or just have a lot of free time to be into architecture.
It's like breeding
I'd
horses.
like to be into it.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's very expensive. Only a certain certain type of person can do it. You have to be within a certain pay bracket, like an income bracket to do it. And it's not something the rest of us can think about. Like I look at my house and I go like, I like that there's a window here.
Yeah.
And that's about it. That's about it. I go, that's a lot of light that comes in from there. That's cool.
Good.
And then I can't ever look at the rest of my house and be like, I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't have the time to do it. I don't have the money to do it. But I'm glad certain folks get upset by it. I do. Have you ever visited like a Frank Lloyd Wright house, or like have you done any of these?
I actually
tours.
I have not ever done like an architectural tour. I did recently when I was buying furniture go to a couple like designer furniture stores, which was a mistake because all the couches were like 15 grand.
Yeah, furniture.
And that also turned me slightly off from the idea of like I don't know, home decor as a deeply artistic expression. Even though some of the couches were nice, some of them were just futons that cost like $12,000. You'd be like, why? And they'd be like, well, that's Antonio Bagadio. You'd be like, oh, so because he put a cushion on a metal frame, it's $12,000.
Antonio Bagadio is known for putting a cushion on a metal frame. He was the first to do it. Okay, before that, we were sitting on cinder blocks. And Antonio Bagadio is the father of cushion on metal frame. I do have a couple nice chairs that I do enjoy, but like, to be honest, they mean not a whole lot other than I enjoy the comfort of them, and I probably spent way too much on them when I was like, I'm gonna get some nice chairs. They really like set the room off, and they don't do anything. And all they do is like when the cat's on it, I go, don't stick your claws in that. I get just more worried about it than anything.
I think you have a very nice place though, Cass. Like I think I appreciate. I'm not against like making your living space very nice and livable, but you know, and I'm sure if I had like $100 million, I would get the nicest house that I could while still having some money left. But it's definitely like it's a rich guy and gal thing for sure to care about these architectural marvels.
If we ever hit it big, I think that would be one of the first things I get into, right, is architecture. I think there's something distinguished about it. I wouldn't be a cigar guy. I wouldn't be like a yacht guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a sculpture, or maybe I would do some paintings, but I think a nice mid-century home on a hill overlooking like either the ocean or a valley would be like over Mulholland would just be so cool. It really would.
I guess of the things rich guys can be into, maybe we should support it more because it's one of the less damaging. Like it's way better than being into like very expensive massages, you know. Or like I just love youthful photographs. So the artistic versions of those are all over my house.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the youthful photographs. You get your money in a hard drive, the FBI is going to get involved. All right, well, congrats to Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger for upsetting the rest of the Hollywood elite. This is Hollywood Elite on Hollywood Elite Crime, which is one of my favorites. And that essentially rounds out the pod for this week.
Yeah.
What do you think? Did we do an okay job?
I think we did great. Last thing about that house, I am blown away how much Chris Pratt and his wife look like a Facebook couple. Just like a couple that's doing well for themselves, but that you haven't talked to in years, and then they pop up on Facebook, and you're like, oh, no, good for them.
Yeah, she does not strike me as a. I don't know. I don't like talking about people's looks, but she looks like just a very average person.
They don't look like aristocratic Hollywood elites, and yet they are. They're just like us.
They're just like us. He's into Jesus, just like me. I am interested to see what they build. I'm assuming that they just love the land, the neighborhood so much that they just needed to buy this house. But it's kind of a shame that they can't just like make do with 4,500 square feet and whatever else that's already there, and they've got to completely start from scratch. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what they do. 12.5 mil.
Cass, you streaming more today? You done for the day?
I got to go shoot the new butt video. I'll be streaming most likely tomorrow. Fallout New Vegas. It's been real fun. The Cream Team's shown up in spades. Happy to have you guys there. I'll be here Wednesday for the Patreon, where we'll do another one of these, and we'll watch X-Men 97. And then Thursday and Friday, I will not be streaming.
Nice. I might stream later today if Kendall has more work, and thus we can't be a loving couple together. Then maybe I'll play some Fallout because I'm somewhat addicted to it. But also, I might not.
Same. Well, I may or I may not.
I may?
You guys will just have to follow to make sure. That's a pod. Thank you, Hard Audio Cables, for the sponsorship. As per usual, promo code QUIO. Get yourself the shirt. Save yourself 15%.
Yeah.
And Case is going to shout out all the sub-roonies and gifties and all that stuff right now before we end it.
Yeah, let me see.
Maybe you guys could recommend a trap beat or some sort of.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did we talk about that we could sort of weave in here? Let's see. Is there a Tom Cruise? Is there a Tom Cruise like
a pool trap beat?
Ooh, a pool trap beat.
What is that? Cool. I just like typing in weird words plus trap beat into into YouTube, because there's always something. Tyga type beat pool party.
Ooh,
oh
yeah.
Shit.
Ooh. Daedalus is Blair Witch beat, in case that doesn't pull up anything.
Damn. We could switch to. I mean, I don't know. This pool type beat is kind of getting me. Yeah, this pool type beat is sort of sending me. I have to do my kind of whisper rap because I'm outside.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
I love the whisper rap.
We getting subs from my boy Dr. Cool. Yeah. We know we going in. Dang it on Twitch, bringing the subs in. Big J Dub showing me love, 100 bits. Uncle Phil 2K, 200 bits. Hype train, yeah, you know we dropping the shit. We going great, Tam Tram 48 with the shit. Stony 47 sending me straight to heaven. He's dropping one sub and that's 10 less than 11. We talking Storm Burn, that's a 92. 18 months, they've been coming right through. John Old with a follow, thank you much. Microphone and 107.50 bits and such. Dag it on Twitch 15. Big J Dub 10. BJ Grando subbing my man. Send me to therapy, well I'll go tomorrow. Junk Dog, Gearless Jono, mad with a sub. I thought it was a follow, but it was a sub. Reverie Wolf coming in because they're showing me love. We got Skymer with the easy 100 bits. Currently working, dropping this shit. That's 18 months of the subs, my god. And to Daddy is showing me love. 1 month, tier 1, that's 18 months. 5 community subs, he doesn't front. That's a big fuck ton, so thank you, son. B-Mop, 89 bits, we almost done. We got B-Mop trying to kill me as well. 1 bit to send me to hell and that'll send me home because we're done. That's a Cream Team stream and we rap, son, and we out. Alright, that's it. That's all of them.
Hell yeah, dude.
If I missed any, I apologize. It's on a laptop and there's sun all over the computer, so it's hard to see.
Thanks for making, dude. Thanks, everyone, for showing up. We'll see you Wednesday for the Patreon, and I'll see you tomorrow for the stream.
Bye, everybody. I might play Fallout later.
Yeah, tune in. Hit the follow. Know when anything goes live.
If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.